watching Force 13's live streaming service.
Okay, so as okay, welcome to the first climate show that I've been looking forward to doing on Force 13, and to start with, I'll be talking about the sun. So the sun, how the sun controls the climate. So I'll just go on with it, yeah. But yeah, hold on.
I'm still here in the background, and Adam,
yeah,
David, and Michael have stayed along as well.
Yeah. So I'll start with the sun produces solar flares mainly from sunspots that form underneath the surface of the sun. Sunspots are basically circular dark areas that form into different sizes, but for solar flares to happen, we need the sunspots need to produce or form delta configuration spots within the sunspot group. If they don't develop a delta configuration, then they can't produce any flares.
What is a delta configuration?
It's basically a really dark, active. There's a special word for it, but I can't say it. That's what I'm annoyed about. I can't even say the word for the actual black area. I'll get it for you though, Nathan. It begins with C. It's a corona. The middle of the sunspot is a dark corona, basically. And if it forms one of them, we can definitely get solar flares. But if it doesn't, then there's no flares. Solar flares can also be in different classes as well. We can go from A class to X class. A class is the weakest solar flares, and X class flares are the strongest flares. And at the moment, there's no way we will get any of these flares, as the 3 visible sunspots currently have got no delta configuration, so there's no chance of any solar flares at this time. Solar activity is very low at this time.
Yeah, hasn't that been the case for a while now?
Yes, it is. I was going to say that there before you jumped in there. Yes, solar activity has been very weak, particularly. It's actually the weakest. Sorry,
Were we expecting this to happen, by the way?
No, it was actually quite a surprise to a lot of the I can't even say that. I can't say that right. What do you call that? Astrophysicists.
Oh, I see.
They didn't expect solar cycle 24 to be as weak as this, but incredibly it has been. So it's going to go down. It's the weakest in 100 years. Solar cycle 24. Oops. Solar cycle 24 is the weakest in 100 years, because during solar maximum 2 years ago, we had very low solar activity, which is very rare, particularly at solar maximum, because at solar maximum we usually get the big X flares and M flares. So because it was that quiet 2 years ago, that's why we're classifying solar cycle 24 as the quietest in 100 years. So this cycle is now on a weakening trend, so we will continue to see less and less flares. The flares will become less frequent, and also sunspot activity will also become less frequent. And this solar cycle has only got another 3 years to run, So,
And so after that, you'd expect to see change, would you?
well, we're actually going to be solar cycle 25 is going to be even weaker. So we could actually have no
My.
sunspots at all in solar cycle 25. And that does have serious implications on the planet. We will actually see a new little ice age come from this. It'll be similar to the last little ice age, which occurred around the 1300s and lasted until about 1850s.
Yeah, there's already a little ice age going on at HQ here. It's minus 0.5.
Right. Well, it's about zero here at the moment.
Michael?
It's been a wee bit of snow.
Could I say something quick as well? Saying at the moment, it's that it came through on the Met Office a few days ago. It came through on their YouTube channel about this video about sudden stratospheric warming, and
Right, well, that's another.
it has actually it's been. Oh, it's hard
I know
to explain.
what he's on about.
Plenty of ways to approach a sentence, Michael. I think you did all of them there.
No, but no. What is sudden stratospheric warming? Well, it's a phenomenon about that the Earth's it's the jet stream in the stratosphere, and sudden stratospheric warming is also actually associated with some cold snaps in the United Kingdom.
Well, not always, but carry on.
It's 50 kilometers above the surface. There's a sort of disruption and weakening in the jet stream.
That's not just the jet stream, but carry on.
And sometimes, and it's
not just the jet stream.
Sometimes actually it's that it can, that the sort of jet stream can actually break and actually this basically. Oh, he's distracted me late. But no,
yeah.
Okay. Anyways, I'll screw that. If you guys want to check it out, the video about sudden stratospheric warming, I'll just be posting it into the comments a bit.
Oh,
Actually, no, I can't. I can't.
Well, never mind. But Lee, you wanted to come back on that.
Yeah, I just wanted to say something about that. It's not just about the jet stream, it happens due to very low solar activity. And what it does is it heats up the polar vortex up in the stratosphere. And if the stratosphere warming is major, it can actually warm the polar vortex and split it into two, which can give the UK cold spells as well. Only if the sudden stratospheric warming is in the right place for that to happen.
Has that happened here?
Well, it's not happened this winter. It's not formed. It's not happened in the right place. It's happened more towards North America. So North America and also the eastern side of Asia have seen the brunt of the extreme cold this winter.
Yeah, of course. So we saw that a month or two ago, didn't we?
Well, that's because of the stratosphere warming. The UK will get colder winters again, but I'll mention that in a wee minute. The stratospheric warming is over the North American continent this year, but it was more to the left. It was more over the Pacific side, and that's why we've got it down extreme cold into Asia as well.
Okay. So,
because it's split into two, it's also affected America at times. And what I mean by at times is because it's been warm at times this winter in America as well. So, due to the El Nino, the El Nino's kind of controlled the bulk of the American winter. Even the UK, the El Nino has affected, especially December.
All right.
Where December was record warm.
Going to ask you a very general question here that I don't know what your answer might be, but what do you make of what we might see this coming winter, next winter as you may call it now?
Next winter, right, 2016-17. That winter should...
Do you think we'll have La Nina conditions by then?
Yes, I think we will actually. I was going to say that. I think what's going to happen now is the La Nina is going to come in quite rapidly. The El Nino will almost be gone by the time we get to summer. The La Nina will come in. It's like a big flip. It's like flicking a switch.
Yeah.
Going to El Nino to La Nina. And that should give the UK a colder winter next winter. We should see more cold spells than mild spells. If you get what I mean there, Nathan.
Well, El Nino mainly gives us mild conditions and flooding, doesn't it?
Yes, absolutely. It gives more milder spells than cold. This time it'll be the other way round. We're more likely to see more snow and cold next winter than we have this one. So I expect a few bad snowfalls next winter.
Wow.
Due to the colder spells that we'll be seeing.
To be fair, we did have some this year.
We did, but it didn't last long. It wasn't long lasting or anything. So, but that next winter's just the start of the bigger picture, Nathan. Next winter's just the kick off of what's to come due to the lower solar activity. Especially once we get to solar cycle 25, which starts 2019, and that will last till 2030.
Yeah.
So between 2019 and 2030, we're going to get extremely cold winters. By the time we get to 2022 onwards.
Really?
Yes, we're going to get really harsh conditions, similar to what we saw in 1962-63. That great winter was quite exceptional.
And how much confidence is there in this?
It's actually
prophecy,
quite high.
you could call it, I guess.
It's actually quite high, actually. You wouldn't think it was, but it is. It is quite high.
Yeah,
it is a cycle. It's a recurrent cycle.
I suppose the sun is a lot more predictable than the Earth, isn't it?
It is. But what happens is the Earth goes through cycles all the time due to the sun's activity. So, for example, when the sun goes into high solar activity, it means it's a warmer world. It means we see more floods rather than cold and snow.
And would you say that it's been an active period for the sun recently? I don't know much about its history. When was the most active period?
Well, the last most recent active period, I would say, was around 2012.
Right.
That was the last time it was just flare after flare after flare.
Oh yes,
for about a month.
Indeed.
For about a month, but we haven't seen that now since then, and this will continue to climb. Okay. So eventually we'll not have any flares at all. A couple of weeks ago, we got a couple of M flares, but they were just weak.
And if solar activity decreases to the point where we have a cold spell on the Earth, do you think that will have an adverse effect? Obviously, Force 13, we deal with the storms. Does it have an adverse effect on that?
Oh, do you mean the effects on the hurricanes? And
storm activity, yes.
Storm activity now. During the Little Ice Age, the storms do become less frequent, but they can become more severe, the ones that do form.
Well, we've sort of started to see that, haven't we, really?
Yes, we have. We're actually starting to see some signs of this already. Even before solar cycle 25 starts, we're already starting to see less storms, but they're becoming more severe. And also another point is we may get hurricanes forming slightly further north as well, and a little ice age as well.
So explain that one for us, Lee.
Well, it means that hurricanes may form quite near the Azores. Near the Azores Islands and out to the west.
But logic would dictate that if we were cooler, it would be too cold over there. So how does it manage to manifest itself in that way?
I'm still looking into that just now, Nathan, so I'll get back to you.
You think it'll be more things like Alex then?
Well, it'll be a wee bit like Alex, yes. But I will get back to you on that.
Sorry, was that Adam who wanted to? Yeah.
If I could interject there, if it's more like if the upper atmosphere, the stratosphere, and so on, it gets cooler, and with the atmosphere being cooler, and you have the warming of water and land at the surface, you know, you don't really need so much warm water if you could have an atmospheric condition which is a lot cooler than what the surface is, which seems to be a similar type case with Hurricane Alex this year in the Atlantic.
Yes, that was just the first of many storms that will happen near the Azores during the little ice age that's coming up.
Yeah, Lee, someone called Dean, I believe you know them, says hello.
Alright, we can tell him back to him then if he's like through the YouTube thing.
You could tell him. You're on the air.
Yeah. Is he watching it maybe?
Yes, of course.
As a... Well, hello there, Dean. What was I saying there before you told me about him there? I was talking... What was I talking about there, Nathan?
We were just sort of finishing up on talking about how storms are affecting things like Alex, or see more Alexes maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, we're actually going to see more Sandies as well.
More Sandies?
More Sandies as well, yes. It's just because there's less storms and a little ice age, it doesn't mean that they're more severe. They're basically more severe but less frequent.
Well, certainly in my mind, if you have less storms, it allows the seas to warm more, doesn't it? So you're bound to get stronger storms in that instance.
Yes, absolutely, yeah. The UK will even receive deeper lows as well during the little ice age as well.
Wow.
Because flooding is a part of the little ice age. It's not just severe cold and snow. It's also about extreme storms as well.
I think it would cause bigger problems at the end of the little ice age when it all melts.
Well, it doesn't all happen in the 1 year.
Yeah.
You get flooding for a certain amount of time, and then you get cold and snow. And we're actually getting the floods just now. That's what that flooding was at
I'm back, boys.
Filmed in Cumbria, wasn't it?
Yeah, certainly.
So those type of floods will keep going on for just another couple of years, and then we're going to flip to the cold and snow side of it.
This flooding thing in the UK, it's not really anything new. It is.
No, it isn't.
It's still
new,
pretty bad,
cycle.
but you know, I saw lots of old videos about how the UK often had flooding in the 20s, in the 30s. Can you tie that to anything that was going on at the time?
Well, that was just due to the higher solar activity during then.
So now you're saying higher solar activity also causes flooding?
Both of them can cause flooding, but the flooding's more severe during the little ice age though.
Oh.
Yes. So I just wanted to clear that.
And I also just want to say too, what also gives the bigger problem of flooding, especially in most recent years, is that with people developing and building whatever's left of forests in Greenland that you have, the rains will still fall. So the question you got to ask is, where is that water going to go?
Well, a case in point, well known in tropical circles, but maybe not to the wider audience, Haiti.
Yeah. which the
Oh,
wider
yes.
audience need to know.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, that.
Haiti
It's not just
deforested
the
around 98% of its forest or some number like that, and every time a
yeah.
hurricane comes, it's disaster, isn't it?
I'm also
Yeah.
going to mention something else. The little ice age also only affects certain latitudes. It only affects everywhere apart from the equator. It only gets down to northern Africa.
Interesting.
What it doesn't get any further down than that, and it's the same in the southern hemisphere. The little ice age will also affect there as well. But the only places that will be left clear from it are the places near the equator,
Are
and
there
also
any
on the equator.
places? Are there any places that it would positively affect, Lee?
Positively.
Just can I interject something quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
And you go, Michael.
Just to say, at this time at the moment, with the climate sort of end of things, the Met Office has a yellow weather warning in place. Has been for the last 2 hours and 22 minutes.
Precise.
I don't know what that is to do.
Well, yeah, it was. This warning was from 1900 today and is in effect until 900 tomorrow. Icy patches are expected to form on untreated surfaces during Sunday evening and night onwards into Monday morning rush hour, especially untreated surface where showers occur after dark. Please be aware of potential difficulty driving conditions and slippery surfaces.
Well, it's cold tonight, and there's the difference between climate and weather.
Yeah, well, it's definitely a cold one tonight. Yeah.
The weather forecast there by Michael, but thanks for letting us know.
What
I was going to say, I mean, I don't know if it's true or not, but you see, I mean, it would again logically you would think that if we're going to enter a cold spell, that it would perhaps be good news for places like the deserts that may well have more moisture.
Oh yes, The little ice age will be just rain for these deserts. Yes, that is a positive there. Yes.
Okay.
It will be just floods for the deserts, for regions that haven't had rain for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
So yes, you're absolutely right. A little ice age affects the deserts and it gives them a lot of rain. So yes, that's a positive. Yeah.
Just to say quickly as well, is that more stormy weather on the way for Europe. It's been a stormy weekend across Europe with further disruptive downpours forecast across Western Greece, Albania, and Macedonia. With possibility of possibly 2 medicanes forming.
2 medicanes.
It's possible. Unlikely, but possible. Sorry, what was that, Lee?
The storminess does increase over Europe during the little ice age as well.
Right.
So, it's all about extreme storms, but also cold and snow at the same time. It can also cause a couple of big heat waves as well for the UK and also parts of Europe as well. But the heat waves...
go ahead, Lee.
The heat waves aren't frequent though. They're just once every 10 years or so.
Yeah.
The heat waves. And, they tend to get cooler summers during a little ice age where they're full of floods and even hill snow as well. So more like an autumn basically, summers. So it's basically cooler summers.
You got to wonder what sort of scenario we would have if this was to occur over the next 10, 15 years, and we also had a big volcanic eruption somewhere.
Yes, we did actually.
It would be quite disastrous if that would be to happen, wouldn't it?
Yes, but sadly these changes are going to happen, Nathan, in the world. Just people need to know how to prepare, and that's something that I am going to do on this show. But not today. I just want to talk about the sun today and explain its effects on the earth. But I will talk about being prepared for it and things like that as well. So
that's the tune in for next week.
Well, next week I've actually got next week's lined up.
Oh, really?
At the end of the show, yes. I know what I'm going to talk about next week.
Lee's probably one of the most prepared people here.
Also saying as well, Dean McC6231
I
says,
told
channel
Lee
owner,
about
can
Dean.
you tell Lee says hi?
Who says hi?
Dean McC
Oh,
6231.
Nathan told me.
Indeed.
As well. Something just quickly going off climatologist a little bit. I just thought
Why?
Americans should know about this if they haven't already.
Michael.
I
Make
know
it
I
quick,
don't want
Michael.
Michael take the whole show,
Okay.
but you know.
Michael
one-
and Lee, please.
Oh, maybe not then. No, do tell us, Michael, quickly.
So
It's just about former US First Lady Nancy Reagan dies
yes,
aged
in the news.
94. I just thought Americans should know about it.
Yes, indeed. Lee, what are we on to next?
What was I going to say? To make sure I've checked my notes which I've covered. I'm just making sure just now to see what else I've to cover, because I've taken a note of it all. So
Yeah, I don't know if Adam has any comments or
yeah,
questions
what
at this
happened
point.
If at all, Adam?
Probably not.
Nope. Yeah.
It's certainly an interesting listen, anyway.
Yeah, well, I did promise people I would do it, so it's thanks to you that I'm able to do it. I was also going to mention the solar flux level is also dropping, which is now down to 96. And when
And then what
solar
exactly
flux,
is that, Lee?
well, I'm going to say this now. When the solar flux goes very low, it can cause northern blocking over the Atlantic and over the Pacific. It basically means it can cause high pressure blocking. And when the solar flux is very high, you don't get the blocking. So, because it's down to 96 just now, it means that some blocking can form at this time.
And that 96 there, that's what is what is that actually? What does the number mean?
It's currently low just now. If it goes above 110, it means it's high.
But
if
are we
it goes
talking
below,
96 what?
It's just 96. It's just 96. There's nothing else added onto it. It's just 96. Solar flux level 96. It goes down and up all the time.
I see.
But at the moment it's very low solar activity, as I mentioned. So, and it has been for quite a while.
Craig's joined us, by the way.
Oh, hello there, Craig.
Holy.
We were just discussing about what were
About the
certainly
sun.
what Lee's anticipating in the next 15 years, and I doubt the sun will disagree.
I don't know whether you've also covered this, Lee, where the so-called asteroid, which the scientists really should never have picked up, which is supposed to pass 22,000 miles away.
I would say the asteroid's more more Nichols, so I would say.
Yeah, we didn't hear that get mentioned.
No, he didn't.
Maybe that's next week's show, hey.
But
Anyway.
as I was going to mention something else there.
You were in the middle of talking about solar flux, weren't you?
I mentioned that solar flux is low, which is good news for longer blocking patterns. And we're actually currently going into one now where we're going to be dry here in the UK for the next couple of weeks.
So Lee, can you virtually predict almost every long-term pattern on the Earth just from the sun?
Yes, you can. Yes, absolutely.
Oh.
Absolutely, Nathan. Yep. also I forgot something else I forgot to say. It also controls the jet stream's movement as well. When the solar wind hits the Earth, the solar particles can move the jet stream up and down, and these particles can also cause the blocking as well.
And it's certainly gone pretty loopy once or twice this winter, hasn't it?
Yes, it has, and I do believe it's currently south of us just now. The jet streams. That's also the other thing. Low solar activity causes the jet stream to go further south more often.
Yeah.
As well, and higher solar activity causes it to be north more often. But when they get the solar flux curve moderate, it moves up and down, and that's what's been happening over the winter this year. So, because of that, we've had more storms and floods than we have cold and snow. So
basically, it's not much as the El Nino is to blame.
No, the El Nino's just partly to do with it. But,
yeah. So basically, the near enough, not foregone conclusion, but near enough, some part of the blame, probably about, like, in percentage terms, probably about what, 5% of it, all the blame can go on El Nino. But it's amazing how much isn't going on to El Nino as a whole.
Well, but it's mainly the sun that causes the fluctuations and the jet stream.
And it hasn't been on our side this winter either, as Nathan said.
It's not been what?
It's not been on our side this winter.
No, it's been
against us.
Depends on your perspective.
But
just giving us non-stop storms.
But as I said today for the earlier, oops, who's got background noise?
No idea, but it's not there now.
As I said today for the earlier, but next winter may be just colder weather for the UK and Western Europe due to the flip back to La Nina again as well.
Yes, and obviously going on to that.
Solar activity will be even weaker come next winter as well. So the jet stream will go south more often next winter. So I'm expecting a few decent heavy snowfalls next winter.
Ooh, that's good.
So it's
that's good to me.
It's looking good for snow levels next year, yes.
But the problem is, is that
summer. Sorry, Craig, but
the problem is, if a La Nina does happen, obviously more hurricanes in the Atlantic, but with snow flurries for UK. But we've also got to watch for snowstorms. It could also, have a little venture down.
Happen too. That's what blizzards are.
Yes, because they'll try and have a little venture down. Even weather bombs, they aren't pretty either.
Well, during the harsher winters, you get weather bombs, but they be just snow instead of rain.
Lee,
do
you think the upcoming conditions will extend the time period that we'll have for a winter? Extend the winter months, so to speak?
Yes, I was going to mention that, yes. When we go into the little ice age, the winter can actually start as early as September, end of September into October. The summers are actually shortened during a little ice age.
And it's not going to be the first time that Earth has seen that, is it?
No, and the winters can last until April. So they can last a good 6 months or so.
Because when was the last time?
Lee, when was the last time that Earth saw that? A winter like it?
During the last little ice age it happened.
Because wasn't the last bad winter about 1963 or something?
Yeah, but that didn't last to then. That one started in late December and lasted until early March. But that was very severe in its own right as well.
But you're saying we could see freezing conditions for several months in a row?
Yes, we could see very cold winters that will be just even icebergs over the ocean surrounding the UK as well. So, and to answer Craig's question, the last time that the a winter lasted 6 months was in the 1600s.
So we're basically well overdue it.
Well, it's a cycle, Craig. A little ice age happens every 300, 400 years. So we're actually now heading into a new one now, and the real harsh winters come just after 2019. So things are going to become very severe then. Summer, I'm also going to say, this summer coming for the UK may be cool in the north, but warmer in the south, due to the Gulf Stream slowing down as well. The Gulf Stream beside the UK will weaken.
Yeah.
As we go into the Little Ice Age as well, and it will get stronger down in Spain, so it will affect Spain rather than us, and that will also help to bring in the colder winters as well to the UK as well.
Now, we've got David in the chat room, of course. He's in Australia. Is there anything you can say about what to expect there?
Australia will actually cool down as well, but not to the extent that we'll cool down.
Oh, I don't think they'll have ice.
but Australia will get colder with floods. So I'm expecting David to see more floods during the Little Ice Age, definitely, as well. So I think David will be glad to sunbathe actually. Isn't that right, David?
Well, David
we can do with the water, especially over those areas that had rain.
David's got his flooding memories from the 70s, haven't you?
Yes, 74, 2010, 11, 2013.
I can say the place that will get conditions really bad in the southern hemisphere will be New Zealand. New Zealand will be the country that will get very cold weather.
Really?
Yes. It happens in both sides of the world. The Little Ice Age.
So New Zealand will be like us?
So New Zealand will get similar conditions to what we're going to get. It happens simultaneously. Once it happens in this side, it will happen in the southern hemisphere as well. So, as always, I will be keeping you all up to date with the progress into the Little Ice Age, and I'll also have a show about the being prepared as well. This summer I expect a kind of mixed bag of weather, where Scotland will be more cool and England will have the better of the weather, especially in the south.
Alright. By the way, if anyone's got any questions or comments on the stream, you can send them in at any time during our show.
Yeah. Is there any comments come through, Nathan? Is it okay just now?
Not at this point. And I guess we could also talk about what do you think Adam should be expecting down there in the Cayman Islands and the Caribbean area?
Now, well, I can say that he will expect to see hurricanes, definitely, as well. He'll definitely see hurricanes crossing the Cayman Islands. I think that'll be starting this year, actually. This upcoming hurricane season. But it'll remain fairly warm for the Cayman Islands. But it will be cooler during the unsettled spells. But mainly warm, basically. Nathan.
Adam, you know, in the tropics down there, are there any signs before a season that you can tell it's going to be a good season or a bad season, storms wise? Is he there?
It's Adam. Hello, Adam.
I have no idea if he's there.
He's on the call, but I don't know where he is.
He might have just gone for a walk somewhere, I don't know.
You can ask him again when he comes back.
Sorry, I forgot I was on mute.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like me.
Yeah, so as I was saying, before I realized I was muted, um, yeah, yeah, no, with the Caribbean, as Lee had mentioned, we do keep an eye on the El Nino, the El Nino La Nina cycles. Yes, it affects winter, but as much it also affects the summer months and the hurricane seasons. And with this year looking to transition into La Nina, yeah, we're keeping an eye on that and looking at the atmospheric conditions now, plus the sea surface temperatures and the oceanic heat content in the area, which also gives us little sneak peeks into what we could be seeing during the season. So, I'll have more more detailed discussion on the Caribbean and also the La Nina and El Nino cycles during the Caribbean Weather Desk,
Oh, of
which will be
course.
coming up.
Yes, I look forward to joining you in that with Adam as well.
Hmm.
As he asked me earlier on to stuff. So
Just
Yes.
quickly saying, I'm probably gonna head off to bed now because school tomorrow and everything.
Huh.
no, that's it.
I'm gonna call it a
Okie
night
dokie.
because I'm starting to fall asleep on my desk. So
Blimey.
see you guys later.
He must be tired.
Oh.
Have a great night.
Night, Michael.
Alright, guys. Bye.
Nighty night.
Well, there's the always colourful voice of Michael.
It was indeed. So,
And you can join him for more astronomy-based stuff. His regular slot astronomy hour on a Sunday night at 8. But also you've got the solar eclipse that he'll be showing
I think
us.
it's coming on in the Wednesday, isn't it?
I think
So that
it's Tuesday night. I can't remember when it is.
Tuesday night, maybe.
I think it's Tuesday night.
It is.
Yes.
Aye, I think it's Tuesday night actually because it's
Certainly it's
Wednesday
Tuesday.
morning. I think it's Wednesday morning. It happens down in
Tuesday at
Australia,
10 p.m. UTC. Michael will be with
Yeah.
us to cover the solar
Yes.
eclipse.
Yeah, which I'm sure I've been looking forward to that. For Michael.
All right. So, Lee, any other topics that we should be covering here?
Oh yes, I was going to
Take us in whichever direction you please.
Yeah, I'm just checking my notes. I do write it all down before we. I did this before we come on. So, yeah, there's also the PDO and the AMO as well. The AMO is the Atlantic oscillation, sea surface temperatures, and the PDO is the Pacific oscillation, which is similar to the AMO. These are also going to be turning colder as well, and when both of them go colder at the same time, that is also another ingredient for the colder winters across the UK as well,
Okay.
in Western Europe. So
what exactly are the effects of these particular mechanisms?
well, they're basically sea surface temperatures over the whole Atlantic and the whole Pacific. So once they both go cold at the same time, it means it's going to get colder on both sides of the Atlantic and also over America as well. So there'll be more cold spells for America as well. But the UK will also be getting colder as well. There's also times where one's cold and one's warm, and we've actually had the PDO being warm due to the El Nino period that we're just ending, that we're about to end actually. And because the Atlantic's AMO is actually cold at the moment, so the next one to turn cold is the PDO. So because they're both different at the moment, that's why we've had it warmer this winter, because the PDO has been warmest, so that affects America mainly, but also the UK as well. Oops. So, but I will go on more about the EMO and the PDO at a later show, because there's more to talk about later. So.
Just also want to point out that the AMO, the Atlantic Multi-Decadal Oscillation, is also one of the key and one of the most important factors in hurricane development across the Atlantic. So
that is indeed. Yep. So, you also get the NAO and you also get the AO as well. The Arctic Oscillation and the North Atlantic Oscillation.
Yep.
And when these go negative at the same time, you also get very severe northern blocking as well, because of low solar activity as well. And you can also have them both different. You can also have the Arctic Oscillation negative, and you can have the NAO positive, which has happened this winter, Nathan.
Yeah, and Lee, I have an interesting general question about hurricanes, actually. But when we talk about what we've seen, and we've only been tracking hurricanes properly worldwide for about 50, 60 years, do you think we've seen the very strongest storms that the planet is capable of creating yet, or are they still yet to come?
I think we've still got more to come yet. I think the Trisha is just the first of many big ones.
I'd say Haiyan was the beginning.
Haiyan was definitely the start of it, yes. But the Trisha was yet another one that became a monster hurricane. So I expect more to come during the little ice age. Definitely.
Because it shows you, the likes of Camille and all that, if they're possible, especially like Typhoon Nancy and Ida and Tip and all those typhoons and that, it shows you that, Mother Nature must never be ignored. If you ignore
You've
it, well...
stolen David's line.
Well, I'm quoting David on it. I'm quoting David on it. Because it's a good line that we should all listen to.
Nathan, the answer to your question is there will be more on the horizon.
And I second that. I strongly second that.
And here's another question, Lee. How me and Adam have had a good discussion about this, and is that Adam, you're expecting a Category 5 from the Atlantic this year.
Hey,
I don't know
laugh
whether
about it.
I'm not gonna laugh about it.
I tell you what. If we don't, I'm going insane this year. So.
No, I do reckon we'll get a Cat 5 in the Atlantic this year.
To be honest, I don't care how strong. I just don't want it to hit land. I want it to be a good hurricane. Stay out in the Atlantic.
Well, we don't know where it'll form yet. But
exactly. I'm hoping mid-Atlantic.
The unfortunate thing about the Atlantic is that very few storms become Cat 5 and then don't hit anywhere. Though
that is very
granted,
true.
They are often weaker at landfall, but
especially with the current signals that we do have. If you look at it, if you compare the La Nina to El Nino years, if you ever look at it, a good portion of storms during La Nina years and during the current cycles that is currently running now, you would usually find most of the activity around land, rather than the El Ninos that usually kick Atlantic storms out to sea. Even though that this year definitely looks like we're going to be getting a Cat 5 or maybe 2 in the Atlantic, what it looks like it's going to be is that they're probably going to have some sort of impact to land.
All right.
Yeah.
David, what are you showing us right now?
This is I've just cited this from on Google search, but I believe this might be a picture from a edition of the Guardian.
Is it depicting the Ice Age that we had?
Yes.
It looks like the River Thames, actually.
Well, it
and
is
within
known that
the
it
15
froze, yeah.
years, Lee, I
Sorry?
haven't read the. Within 15 years, but the skeptics are out saying that it's not going to happen. But I was just doing a bit of searching, which I thought I'd just bring up this image, and I'll just have a look at the article.
Well, it certainly looks like a painting that someone might have done back in the 1700s.
Yeah, it's a painting,
yeah.
I think,
Well,
carried by the Guardian.
Well, they've had to have done it well wrapped up, though.
During the last little ice age, the River Thames did freeze over in London. And
Yes.
also the river in New York also froze at Manhattan as
blimey.
well.
Though I did hear that,
Carry on.
I believe it's something to do with the Thames barrier or something that's been done to the Thames that means it won't freeze anymore.
Well,
I think that's true.
Well, I think most of it will freeze, but I think where the barrier is, it'll be quite tricky for it to freeze.
Yeah.
But the winters will become very severe again, like the last little ice age.
I have. Go on, Lee.
David.
So yeah, I was just going to ask you, Lee, this question. Whilst it's being reported, one scientist claims raining solar activity in the next 15 years will trigger what some are calling a mini ice age, has revived talk about the effects of man-made versus natural disruptors to Earth's climate.
Well,
this is
can
Earth
see-
showing that she's not to be ignored.
well, I can say just now that humans have got nothing to do with it. Humans are actually not affecting the climate at all. It's just that's just gobbledygook that's coming
There's a
out.
new word for it.
Yeah, it's just a global warming scam. It's just the global warmers making it out that it's humans' fault and all that. It's not. It's just natural. It doesn't matter if humans are here or not.
The Earth.
will do what it's going to do if humans are here or not. Right, on you go, Adam.
The Earth will warm and cool how she pleases.
It's just
and
a
no one
natural-
can change that.
It's a natural cycle on the Earth, and humans just need to learn to adapt to that.
No effect at
it's-
all, Lee?
No, they've got no effect, Nathan. It's nothing to do with humans at all.
And
Not
Adam,
even the
I don't
tiniest
think-
of fractions?
Nah, not much at all. That
And Adam,
No.
when the Earth forms a hurricane, you know who's ticked off.
it's nothing to do with humans. CO2, it's got nothing to do with it either.
Alright guys, just
CO2 helps to grow plants,
Oh yes.
but no, it doesn't
It's
affect
basically
the climate at all.
I think the only problem is the greenhouse effect. That's probably the only problem.
Well,
I've got.
there's no greenhouse effect now.
Well, there
there's
still
no-
is. It's still there. It's a
Yes.
matter that you can try and ignore, but sadly, no matter how hard you try, it's always going to be lurking. It's always going to be lurking around
Yes,
each corner.
humans
You know-
aren't affecting the climate at all. It's just a natural cycle.
You know, this
Oh,
is the thing that is being very debatable and actually it has become too politically attached, in my opinion.
Well, it's all about politics nowadays.
Yes.
As I've been saying to David over quite a wee while, it's
Many
all
weeks.
politics. Many weeks. It's the politics. And global
Okay.
warming is a scam. It's not true.
Well, depends on your interpretation. I mean, there's not much denying that the world has warmed slightly in about 25 years or so.
It does get warmer, but it's not getting warmer to the extent that the global warmers are telling us, Nathan.
Yeah,
In
that
fact,
much
the
I
global
believe.
temperature, the global temperatures are actually starting to drop now, which is the start of the Neolithic ice age.
But yeah, as you did say, you know, this warming trend's only been by what 25 years or so. Yeah, and then
Right.
After that, you're gonna have another 25 years of a cooling trend, and then it's gonna be another 25 warming. It's a natural cycle that goes up and down. And
it's like the sun.
There's gonna be people. There's going to be people going on about, it's global warming, it's global warming, and then the next few decades over, it's going to be, it's global cooling, look out.
Here's another
Adam, that's going to be us Brits that are going to be doing that morning.
Another interesting question for Lee regarding the historical context there. Obviously, the world was cooling back in the 70s in particular, and some people were actually concerned about that. Lee, did that have any correlation with solar activity, do you know?
It did, but it wasn't really that cool back in the 70s. The world was actually still warm at that point.
It did warm up after that, though.
The warming did end in 1998, and it's actually been cooling steadily since 1998.
Well, that was the end of the massive El Nino that occurred and gave the Westpac 11 Cat 5s almost.
Global warming actually ended then. It was called the modern warm period. So it actually ended in 1998. And the new little ice age has now begun. And you're going to see signs of this as the years go on now.
Well, that's good because it shows that the Earth's, trying to, go back to our normal self.
It certainly shows that temperatures have plateaued recently, and I think, Lee, obviously we've had this big El Nino, which has pushed up temperatures a little bit. Do you think now is the real pronounced start of how things will change now?
Yes, this is the real start now. The El Nino we've just had, brought the temperatures up by 0.85. That's now dropping now. So we're actually on our way down. This is the start of it, Nathan, yes.
And Lee, just on what you just said, when we compare this to previous years, when's the last time we saw one on the same footing, like at the same level?
What, you mean El Nino, David?
Yes.
The same
you
level
mentioned,
as this
what
one?
was the 0.05 or something?
Well, the global temperature went up by 0.85 during this El Nino. But that's actually now going down. That's actually beginning to drop now. And eventually that'll go down into the minus category.
Okay.
So once, this is just the start of it. So once we get to next winter onwards, things are going to become more visible. And you'll even notice it even this summer. You'll notice changes as well with thunderstorm activity over Europe.
Well, here's the thing, Lee. Here's the thing. Us humans, we can say that changes won't happen. Well, tough lot, they are going to happen. We're going to have to try and adjust to it. We've adapted through many ice ages, like, obviously the one back in the 1600s and the ones in the bad winters of 1963 and all that. And obviously 1965 as well, let's not forget that one. And, we've adapted to them, so we've got to start adapting yet again.
Well, basically, we just need to learn to adapt to the same level that people did back in the last little episode.
If you don't mind, we're reaching the top of the hour. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back with more from Lee and friends in a few moments. Stay tuned.
Yeah, I just think it's good to take a 5-minute.
You're watching Force 13's live streaming service. You're watching Force 13 live.
So, welcome back to the climate show. We have been talking about the sun in the previous hour. And we've been having some great discussion as well, and I think we'll continue that for the next 30 minutes. So, you can just fire your questions away, we'll just do questions for the last half an hour. Obviously, ran out of questions.
No, I mean, we were going to the end of the hour there, and we were in full flow. I sort of just wrecked it a little bit.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realise you.
No. But I think Craig was the last one to talk about stuff. I don't know if he's still got anything that is lingering that he wants to talk about.
What I'm planning to do on a show, Nathan, is talk for the hour and then have discussion for 30 minutes after the break. So
sounds like a plan.
We'll make this the discussion half an hour. So we'll make this the discussion half an hour on the show.
Sounds like a plan.
David, you were going to ask me something, weren't you?
Yes, David was going
to. Because you said something during the break.
Yep. Just continuing from my question to Lee about the mini ice age. Apparently, a professor of mathematics at the Northumbria University over there in the UK used a model of the sun's solar cycle, which is the periodic change in solar radiation, sunspots, other solar activity over a span of 11 years to predict that solar activity will fall by 60% during the 2030s to conditions last seen during the mini ice age.
During the 2030s?
I'm actually seeing that comes up. Go on, David.
That began back in 1645.
Yes, that's when the last modern minimum started, 1645. And that lasted for about 70 years. That was the coldest point. in the last little ice age.
And what is a monde million?
A monde minimum is basically where there's no sunspots at all for 70 years.
That sounds eerily like what we're falling into now.
There's no solar flares or anything during that 70-year period. That means that they get our coldest period on the planet during a little ice age. And for example, we'll see conditions that just as cold as the last little ice age again, where most rivers will freeze across the UK, for example.
All the more reason for storm trackers to move to the Philippines, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll still get hurricanes, but they'll not be as frequent.
They'll probably be category 1s if they're lucky.
Nah, you'll get a 5 or 2.
You'll still get a 5, yes. You'll still get a 5 here and there, yes.
But the amount of 5s would be less.
So
probably bringing a decent Atlantic season.
Who knows? We're sort of entering into a period of unknowns if we're going to get a repeat of the 1600s, because we've no idea what storm activity was like then.
Well, yeah, you're going to find out.
We can speculate, but we will never actually know.
Yeah.
Could be active, could be inactive.
Yep.
David, that's basically what that is.
We are using our best logic, though, aren't we?
That's the minimum is basically a period.
So we've had what, 3 mini ice ages? I stand corrected: 1650, 1770, 1850.
No. Hold on. No. A little ice age lasts from the 1300s until the 1850s. The whole ice age was actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 centuries long. It's just that the coldest period came in the 1600s, because that's when the modern minimum was.
What I'll do is
a little ice age lasts much longer than that. It's just the coldest period we said.
Are you seriously saying, Lee, that we're about to enter another one that will span centuries, or?
Well, this one is going to be like the Dark Ages. It's going to last for 200 years.
Oh, joy.
It's the end of the world as we know it.
So no, I'm not joking, Nathan. It is going to last about 200 years, about 2 centuries.
Well, we know what people are going to start saying now. They're going to start calling the apocalypse.
So,
oh boy. There goes that one again.
I hear Planet 9's nice around this time of year.
Just continuing.
So yes, it's a 200-year one coming.
Yep. Okay, there were 3 cycles of particularly chilly periods. Now, what do we define as how do we define a chilly period? Now, I'm using 1650, 1770, and 1850.
No, there's actually a delta minimum as well. That's between 1770 and 1850.
A what?
It's called a delta minimum. It's basically where there's some sunspots, just a few, but they're very weak though. You do get a few sunspots, like 5, 4, 5 during a delta minimum. And that's still a very cold period on the sun.
That's 4 or
as well.
5 during what, an 80-year period there?
Yeah, during an 80-year period you get a few sunspots, but they're very small. They're very small and very inactive. So the world's still very cold, so there's still very harsh winters.
I'm pretty sure I've seen pictures of the sun, like in the last 10 years, where it had 3 or 4 sunspots at one time.
Yes, but this is over 80 years. You only get 4 or 5.
Oh, amazing!
So yes, there's 2 types of minimums. Yes,
and another good thing about watching the solar cycles as well is that I'm sure they're a lot more well
I feel
documented because, I mean, people say that sometimes you can see sunspots when the sun's big when it's setting, right?
Yes, you can. Yes, if you've got the right equipment, you can see the sunspots. Yes, just at sunset and sunrise, you can see
That
them.
explains why people are getting blind.
No, people shouldn't really be looking at it without proper equipment.
When I was younger, I had my fair share of staring into the midday sun.
No.
Yeah. Shouldn't be done. Should not,
If you,
not be done.
if you want to see sunspots during the middle part of the day, you need to use a special telescope.
Yep.
That covers that makes the sun look black and kind of darkens it. I don't know what that telescope's called, unfortunately, but it is a very fancy telescope. So, currently at the moment, there's only 4 sunspots at the moment.
Well, these days, I mean,
not very strong at this point.
When I was filming the solar eclipse last year, I used a special solar filter on the camera. Worked quite nicely. There's another way.
Well, it's just like that, from the telescope. But there's a certain name for it, but I can't remember what it's called.
In one of our other chat rooms on Skype, Jesper's posted a chart. I don't know if anyone would be able to screen share that, showing...
I'll bring it up.
Yeah, how many sunspots we've had historically. It's quite an interesting one. And that'll be able to paint us a little bit of a picture to go along with the words here. And
here it is.
There we are.
Is that what's on my screen?
That's the one.
I've got it, yeah.
So talk us through this, Lee, if you can.
Yeah, just give us a second to load it up first. Yeah, this is basically a graph showing us exactly when these periods were. 400 years of sunspot observations yet. So what we've just had is the modern maximum, which was very weak, as I said earlier on in the show. And what you are seeing is, see the black line? That's going to go down. That's going to keep
down.
The first thing you notice when you see that image, if you're looking towards the end of it, is how the maximums have dropped off a cliff, haven't they?
Yes. And,
especially at this point here and this point, between 1650 or to 1700, and then it started going up, and then basically a bell curve there, and it goes. It's basically, somewhat like
a cycle. Do you see the modern minimum?
Yeah, but here's another question for you, Lee. You know, you look at this chart, and so far we've not gone any further down below that Dalton minimum there, around 1800. How do we know it's going to be more like a Maunder minimum rather than a Dalton minimum?
Well, it's because solar cycle 25 is going to have no sunspots. None.
But how do we actually know that, really?
Well, they know that due to the way the sun's behaving, Nathan. And the sun's showing a lot of signs just now that it's going to go down to sleep. That it's going to go down to Maunder minimum instead.
What sort of signs would those be? I'm just trying to understand this here.
Basically, lack of solar flares, lack of sunspot activity.
Absolutely correct, yes.
And it's just basically giving the term that the sun is getting ready to go to bed. Just getting ready to go to sleep.
Well, that's a good description. Good.
The proper word for it.
Go to bed.
The proper word for it is hibernation. It's going to
go that as well.
Hibernation. Yes.
Yes. It's definitely going down to Maunder minimum.
And you can notice a change in the colour too on that chart.
Yes.
Red, the blue to purple.
I don't suppose you know at all, Lee, whether some Maunder minimums might be shorter or longer than other ones?
Well, Maunder minimums are generally 70 years long.
Generally, okay.
Yes, so you tend to get them
is it the longest minimum that is possible from the sun until it dies, of course?
70 years. Well, 70 years is the longest you can get from Maunder minimum. A Dalton minimum lasts about 60, between 50 and 60 years. A Dalton minimum, not 80. Between between the 50 and 60. But a Dalton minimum does produce many harsh winters too. But a Dalton minimum can also bring in some heat waves too for the summertime as well. So at the moment,
yeah.
So,
One more remark I wanted to say about the chart there. You can see the last maximum there occurring just in the 50s by the looks of things. It went quite high up in that
was
chart there.
high.
Does that mean anything there?
It won't mean much now though. That maximum.
Oh, that's
what
is that
very
chart?
Basically, this graph is useless.
That chart's measuring the amount of sunspots, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is based on sunspots.
Sunspot numbers.
Sunspot numbers as well, yeah.
So at this point here, between 1950, it measures what? 250 plus
Yeah.
sunspot
Yeah.
activity.
Well, the sunspots are now below 100 now.
So they're about down here, but
That's below 50 by the looks
2015,
of it.
2016, 2015 on here is probably trying to find a needle in a haystack on this graph.
Yeah, that black line that you're not seeing at the moment is actually going to be going down. Down.
You can see it.
Yeah, taking an
Pretty
average.
It's expected to go down to the flat line. See the last one, the minimum.
So basically
It's
giving
going
us
to go down to that
a
again.
baseline.
It's going to go down
Basically
to
giving us
that
a
again.
baseline.
Yes, it's going to go down to that again.
And I guess
And
we...
that's
Yeah, go on.
on you go, Nick. I feel like you.
Well, I was just going to say, I guess this rounds on to one of the final things that we really should mention, in conclusion really, is that how concerned should people be about the oncoming minimum?
I think they should be very concerned, Nathan. I think that there's going to be very big problems ahead. There's going to be food shortages. I think I can say that about shortages. There's also going to be a lot of deaths as well due to what's coming. So, but it's not. I'm not here to frighten you, Nathan. I'm just giving you general facts of what's coming up. So,
if you're looking for a fantastic positive dose this evening, you've come to the wrong place.
Well,
yes, go elsewhere.
I'm
it's going to
getting
get
some
more
positives
interesting.
too.
I think the good thing that we could take
as well.
I guess the good thing we could take about this is that it isn't going to it isn't the adverse effects ain't gonna happen this evening or tomorrow, but it'll take its time, and
it happens over time.
Yeah, and well, there is one somewhat kind of, I guess you could say, kind of okay news about it, is that we would probably be dead by the time we see the worst of it.
Probably,
well,
most likely. Most likely we would be dead by the time we see the worst of it.
Some people might actually still be around actually during this year.
So what yearly do you expect us to get?
Well,
right
we could
into the nitty-gritty?
we could see very severe winters within the next decade. See a little ice age.
I won't be here. I won't be here for that.
You won't be here.
You won't be. You won't
No, I
be
won't be
here.
here.
You won't be
I'll be
here.
upstairs.
You'll be here as well, Nathan.
Craig's planning on an early departure by the sounds of things.
Not the next decade.
Next 10 years.
There is something I did forget to say
Christ.
to you though. A little ice age forms within a 10-year period.
Yeah.
And it also ends within a 10-year period as well.
On a little tangent, I think we can predict what Daniel Hudson's last words on this earth will be. Think I'm gonna go now.
No.
Let's see if he picks that one up when he looks at the video.
Oh goodness, I'll be in trouble.
Looking to escape.
I'm gonna be in trouble.
Angry face.
But yes, it's been a pleasure bringing this first show about the climate show this evening. But I am going to be doing a show on how to be prepared as well. So I will definitely do that for you all as well. Next week I'm actually planning to talk about the La Nina and El Nino in more detail as well. And also the AMO and PDO and all that side of things.
I think this La Nina business is quite topical at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, on request by Adam earlier on. Adam did ask me to talk more about that.
I guess you could kind of say that the Caribbean Weather Desk and the Climate Show is gonna do a joint thing. I guess if you want to put it that way.
Yeah. Well, I'm certainly going to talk a bit more about that. And that'll definitely be on next week's show. Nathan, I do need to put it back an hour next week, so if it's okay.
Well, it's going to be the next show will be on Saturday evening, won't it?
So it's Saturday now, because it was only Sunday this week because you were doing
it's just a one-off for this week to be a Sunday, so I'm not sure what your availability is Saturday.
Well, I'll need to put it back to 22 UTC, 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock? Oh, you put... Okay, yeah, later.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Just an hour later than tonight. It's better for me to do it that way. I kind of rushed to be ready tonight. So, because I had my dinner quite late and stuff, so that's why I'm asking you nicely if you can move it to the 10.
Yes, certainly UTC. No issue there, it's been done.
So, we'll start at 10 next week on Saturday to discuss further on the La Nina and El Nino. And also so I think we'll conclude it there, I think, Nathan.
Yes, well...
thank you very much for watching, and see you all next week at 10 UTC.
Thanks for being part of the show, Lee, part of your own show, and there are many other people on the team who have their own stuff on here as well now, as you're going to find out over the coming weeks as we start up new stuff. Thanks everyone, Lee, David, Craig and Adam, for joining us tonight. Force 13's streaming service will end at this juncture. I'm not sure exactly when we'll be back. We may be doing more shows later tonight. I will keep you posted in the comments section of the live streaming video that you're watching right now. If not, we will be back tomorrow, as far as I know, Monday evening at 9 o'clock. We've got 9 PM, that is, Earthquake Hour, followed by an American Weather Roundup at 10. But until then, or earlier than that, who knows? We'll see you again soon. And if you miss anything, they will also be posted as videos after the event has finished as well. So there's always a second chance. See you again soon.
It's like our version of +1.
Almost. On demand.
Yes.
Thanks for watching.